What's going on, my medallions? It's MDL Medallion. We are back with another banger, y'all. So today, y'all, we are about to get into this horror, real life inspired video, y'all. If y'all haven't already, go ahead and smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. How many views? I have about 56 views. How many videos I posted? I don't know, y'all. Go ahead and do it for me. If y'all support it, y'all love it, let me know. Y'all fucking with it. So without further ado, we about to get right into this video. I done fixed me some popcorn, y'all. Stop playing with me. Alright, we ready, y'all. We about to get into this video. Let's get it poppin'. Alright, now I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, man. If anything happened, everybody upstairs asleep, I'm the only one up. Y'all all I got at the end of the day. We gotta stick together, alright? You can come a little closer.
To the top 10 real stories that inspired American Horror Story.
Half man, half bull.
What happened to the rest of your mask?
For this list, we'll be looking at various real-life stories that inspired or were referenced in the TV show American Horror Story. For the purposes of this list, only real, historical stories and figures will be included, so mythological figures like Papa Legba will not be included, despite their appearance on the show.
To us, the greatest killers of our time.
Number 10. The Axeman of New Orleans.
At will, I could slay thousands of your best citizens, for I am in close relationship with the Angel of Death.
In Season 3, Danny Houston played the Axeman, a ruthless serial killer jazz enthusiast. Scary and absurd as it might sound, he was not the work of fiction. The Axeman of New Orleans murdered half a dozen people between the summer of 1918 and the fall of 1919.
The axeman didn't carry around his own tools. He simply would chisel his way in, usually through a back door, find whatever was handy, and go to work.
While the murders are very real, the show took many liberties with the character given that the actual culprit was never caught. Though its legitimacy has been called into question, a letter supposedly written by the Axeman was published March 13th, 1919, promising to spare anyone in the presence of a jazz band that night. In fear, the citizens went to dance halls or hired bands that evening.
Oh, you don't know me. There's nothing I don't know about you.
Number 9. The Roanoke Colony. While there were probably no forest spirits or angry ghosts, there was indeed a real colony on Roanoke that mysteriously up and vanished. The Roanoke colony was founded by Sir Walter Raleigh and was meant to be the first permanent English settlement in the New World. The colony was established in 1585, but when John White returned to the island in 1590, there wasn't a soul there and the buildings had been taken down. White found the word Croatoan carved in a fence post, a possible clue that the colony had moved to nearby Croatoan Island. A search couldn't be conducted at that time, however, and the fates of the colony remain unknown. Number 8. Marie Laveau.
You think it's so easy? Stroll in here and expect we gonna fix this truce. Oh, the hell with the truce.
Another popular coven character is Angela Bassett's Marie Laveau, a revered figure in the practice of voodoo. And, like the Axeman of New Orleans, she is based on a historic figure who lived in New Orleans, in this case during the 19th century. Not much is known about the real Marie Laveau. What we do know is that she worked as a liquor importer, hairdresser, and matchmaker. She also became known as the Voodoo Queen of New Orleans through her work in voodoo, and many successful runaway slaves credited Laveau for their escape. However, little is known about this aspect of her life, leaving the real Marie Laveau a tantalizing mystery.
I'm over 300 years old. Everyone I'd have ever met then followed after the Grim Reaper.
Number 7. Barney and Betty Hill. In the second season of the show, Kit and Alma Walker, a loving interracial couple, are enjoying a night of sex and delicious roast when they're seemingly abducted by aliens. And while it's not a direct adaptation of the real events, this storyline bears a striking similarity to the story of Betty and Barney Hill. Like Kit and Alma, Betty and Barney were an interracial couple who claimed to have been abducted by aliens in a rural area in the early 1960s. Their story gained substantial media attention, and it became the first widely known instance of a supposed alien abduction. Number 6. The Richard Speck Massacre.
Get smart!
In the show's second episode, Home Invasion, two students named Maria and Gladys are attacked by a home intruder. After dragging Gladys upstairs, the assailant forces Maria to don a nurse's uniform, ties her up, and stabs her in the back. As show creator Ryan Murphy explains, this scene was somewhat based on the Richard Speck killings. Speck broke into a townhouse serving as a nursing student dormitory on the night of July 13, 1966, and murdered its 8 occupants. Speck was sentenced to life in prison and died of a heart attack after serving 25 years.
Put it on.
Number 5. John Wayne Gacy.
Who are you?
Twisty is undoubtedly one of the show's most grotesque and popular villains. He wears a terrifying mask that hides his disfigured jaw, commits horrible acts of violence, and, he's a clown. It doesn't get much worse than that. Twisty strongly believes that it's his life's work to be a clown and to entertain children, despite being a kidnapper and a serial killer.
What the hell is this?
You didn't hire him?
And while it's not a direct translation, Twisty bears a strong resemblance to real-life serial killer John Wayne Gacy. Gacy kidnapped and murdered over 30 teenage boys in the mid-1970s, but he also loved to entertain children with his clown alter ego, Pogo the Clown. Number 4. H.H. Holmes.
Dearest.
James March is one of American Horror Story's most deliciously vile characters. He's a serial killer who constructed an elaborate hotel and used it to murder and dispose of its occupants. However, the story gets even scarier when you realize that he was based on a real person. H.H. Holmes was a 19th century serial killer who constructed a mixed-use building, including a hotel, near the 1893 World's Fair Columbian Exposition. Like James March, Holmes would murder tenants and clients in the building using various devices scattered throughout the elaborate building and send their corpses to the basement via secret chutes where he would either burn or dissolve their bodies in acid.
Who is he?
Just a hobo.
Number 3. Delphine LaLaurie.
It's a hobo.
It's because of my love for your plain faces that she can still draw breath.
Like a lot of characters in the show's third season, Kathy Bates' psychotic, racist, slave-killing character Delphine LaLaurie was inspired by a real woman. While she was more commonly known as Madame Blanc, LaLaurie was a prominent socialite who was married 3 times to a royal officer, a banker, and a physician. She and her third husband kept slaves in their mansion, and there were widespread rumors that the slaves were cruelly mistreated. After a fire broke out in their home, bystanders found 7 horribly disfigured slaves suspended by their necks in the slave quarters. Mobs of angry people subsequently destroyed the LaLaurie residence, forcing Delphine to flee to New Orleans.
And you, ringleader of the feeble-minded, you've earned a special present.
Number 2. The Cecil Hotel.
Welcome to Devil's Night at the Hotel Cortez, John.
Season 5's Hotel Cortez not only took inspiration from H.H. Holmes' Murder Castle, but also the infamous Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. Creator Ryan Murphy told a TCA panel that the season was greatly inspired by the story of Elisa Lam. Lam was staying at LA's Cecil Hotel when she began acting erratically and mysteriously ended up in the hotel's water supply system. Lam's story isn't the only weird thing to happen at the Cecil. The hotel quickly earned a reputation as a site for prostitution, drug deals, suicide, and murders, and serial killers Richard Ramirez and Jack Unterweger reportedly stayed at the Cecil while conducting their murders.
I have a standing reservation.
Of course, Mr. Ramirez. My pleasure to welcome you to the Hotel Cortez.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Well. Tomorrow night's the big night, eh, Daisy?
Yes, the sister's getting married, and I'm thrilled to death.
I was having the most beautiful dream. Why did you wake me?
Because I was trapped inside that dream, and for me it was a nightmare.
If you're a good girl, when I get to Paris, I'm going to buy you a big hat for a long, beautiful feather on it.
No, that was just funny. That was funny. That was alright.
Amen.
Amen.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into
your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The Black Dahlia.
Dr. Curran, I presume.
In the first season, an aspiring actress by the name of Elizabeth Short arrives at Dr. Curran's doorstep for dental work. However, Short is subsequently raped, inadvertently killed, and bisected. Curran then disposes of her mutilated corpse in Leimert Park, where it's discovered by Betty Bersinger. And as grotesque as the situation is, Elizabeth Short was a real aspiring actress whose bisected corpse was in fact found in Leimert Park by one Betty Bersinger in 1947. Short would become known as the Black Dahlia, most likely named after the 1946 movie The Blue Dahlia, and her murder remains unsolved.
I don't want to crush your carnation.
It's not a carnation, silly.